Chosen one, there is a holy interruption happening in your life, and it is not random. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is divine. Listen closely. God is funding you right now. He is not planning to. He is not considering it. He is already moving resources, shifting outcomes, and aligning timing in your favor. What looked lost is being restored. What seemed delayed is being delivered. What felt denied is being rewritten, and it is happening right now, not in a vague, distant future. The breakthrough you almost stopped believing in is being prepared as you hear this, because your future has been saved. There is a mysterious energy stirring in your atmosphere, a sense that something larger than life is taking shape behind the veil. That is not your imagination. That is confirmation. And this message isn't reaching you by accident. It is divine delivery right on schedule. You are being asked to believe again, to stay present and focused, and to declare what you know in your soul. This is your funding moment. Watch this video until the end, because the more you engage with this truth, the more the shift gains power. And write your most heartfelt wishes in the comments, along with the word Amen and the number 99. It sends energy into your future. You are not just typing words, you are anchoring miracles. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay with me. Here we go. They may have tried to delay you, deny you, even design traps to collapse your confidence. But God was always 10 steps ahead. While others were plotting limits, God was planning overflow. While they whispered doubt, God was announcing provision. And you, even in the silence, even in the struggle, kept standing. That strength has not gone unnoticed. In the invisible realm, your spiritual account is full. You have been accumulating divine credit, and now it is time for the funds to be released. The system is moving in your favor, no matter what your current bank account looks like. There is a different currency at work here, one that answers only to obedience, endurance, and alignment, and you are aligned. What is coming isn't a small relief. It is not a trickle. This is divine funding. It is a total turnaround. The kind that rewrites legacies, the kind that shifts generational patterns. God is not just solving a need. He is upgrading your life. He is placing favor in places your name hasn't even been mentioned yet. Doors that were sealed shut are being opened without explanation. And here is the truth. It is happening because your future holds too much weight to be left to chance. God has chosen to fund your future fully because what you are meant to build, serve, and protect cannot be postponed any longer. Many around you will not understand this shift. They will say you changed. They will wonder how. They will whisper, what did they do to deserve that? But you will know, it wasn't what you did. It was what you endured. It was how you didn't quit. It was how you still believed when there was no evidence to believe in. God saw that, and heaven funds faith like that. You are being backed by something eternal. What is being deposited into your life now was written long before you faced that struggle. This isn't new to God, this is fulfillment. You may have been surrounded by scarcity, by limitation, by just enough, but that was only the proving ground. You were never meant to stay there. It was the launch pad for something higher. Every late notice, every overdraft, every canceled opportunity was not a punishment. It was preparation. It was creating capacity in you, because where you are going now requires a different level of strength. It requires spiritual maturity, and now that you are here, God is activating provision with divine acceleration. You will not have to hustle the way you did before. What once took 10 years will take 10 weeks. There is a divine speed entering your life. Don't be surprised when you start seeing signs everywhere. Unexpected approvals, forgotten checks showing up, people coming out of nowhere to help you. That is how divine funding moves. It doesn't always look like you thought it would, but it always shows up right on time, and the timing now is critical. God is not just blessing you for you. He is blessing you for everyone attached to your purpose, your family, your future community. The lives that will be changed because you stayed faithful. This funding isn't just financial. Yes, money will come, resources will flow, but even greater, ideas will spark, connections will form, peace will return, mental clarity will be restored. That is funding too. When you are no longer plagued by survival mode, you begin to dream again, and when a chosen one dreams again, heaven rejoices. Because your dream is a divine assignment, it is part of the blueprint. You were never random, you are strategic. You are critical to the shift. You have been hidden, but not forgotten. Quiet, but not absent. Silent, but not ignored. And now, God is moving you into a new light, one that reveals your value, one that illuminates your future. That is why the delays felt so heavy. They weren't delays, they were divine refinements. You were being built in silence so that when the release came, you would be unshakable, and now you are. We'll have to watch you rise, not because of vengeance, but because of purpose. Because your life is meant to be proof that God funds the faithful, that the divine does not forget, and that obedience always leads to overflow. At this stage, don't expect everything to make sense. Some of the moves God is making on your behalf are beyond logic. You will be pulled in directions that feel unfamiliar. Say yes anyway. You will be asked to step into places that seem too big for you. Walk in anyway. Divine funding doesn't show up for the comfortable. It arrives for the called, and you are called. That is why it is flowing now. That is why your future has been saved. You are the blueprint. You are the miracle. You are the sign. What was once impossible will now be your starting point. And from here on out, nothing will look the same. So pay attention. Stay open. Watch the patterns shift. Listen for the clues. And when it happens, when the money lands, when the door opens, when the message arrives, remember this moment. Remember that God didn't fund you because you were perfect. He funded you because you were chosen. Now is your time to stand in that truth, to receive without guilt, to rise without fear. Your future has been secured by something greater than luck. It has been signed by the Spirit, funded by heaven, and announced by this very message. Something is being reordered in your name. What you thought you lost is already being replaced, not with the same version, but with an upgraded one. One wrapped in peace, one carved with purpose. Chosen one. This is not a restoration of the past. This is a resurrection of the future. God has issued a divine override. It doesn't matter how much time they stole from you, how many opportunities were blocked, how many times you were told, no. That timeline is no longer valid. A supernatural override has been issued over your life, and it comes with divine funding to secure the outcome. You have crossed an invisible line, the old system, the one that made you feel unsupported, unseen, unqualified. That system has collapsed. You are not operating under it anymore. God switched the current. You are not going to beg anymore. You are not going to shrink. You are not going to over-explain your value. That season is over. What is being deposited into your life has already been cleared in heaven's accounts. You are not here to survive. You are not here to fit in. You are here to build. You are here to carry something divine into this world. And now He is replacing your burden with backing, your suffering with supply, your delays with deliverance. Don't let the small beginning fool you. The first deposit may look like a whisper, but it is the doorway to the downpour. God often releases the beginning in seed form to test your perception. Will you recognize the small shift as sacred? Will you treat it like the opening of something holy? Because how you honor the seed determines how quickly the harvest arrives. And you, chosen one, are standing at the edge of acceleration. This funding isn't about making you comfortable. It is about making you ready. God isn't just preparing a blessing for you. He is preparing you for the blessing. That means He is strengthening your inner world, sharpening your vision, and expanding your capacity. You will not mishandle this was delayed until now, because now you can carry it without crumbling. You are entering a divine economy where value is based on assignment, not appearance, where you will not be competing for attention. You will be flowing in provision, where every no you heard becomes fuel for the yes that opens everything. The funding that is arriving now doesn't just cover bills, it covers vision. It funds ideas that once scared you. It backs dreams that once felt too big. You are not here to hustle your way to the top. You are here to be positioned, planted, and powered by something divine. They will ask how you did it. They will say it looked impossible, and you will not need to explain. Your existence will be the answer. The glow on your face, the ease in your steps, the peace in your voice, all of it will be evidence that something unseen is at work. You are not climbing ladders anymore. You are walking on paths built for your feet. That is divine funding. It constructs what couldn't be constructed. It paves what others cannot even see. This isn't just about money. It is about being funded on every level: emotional, mental, spiritual, and yes, financial. Because God knows that for the vision to live, the vessel must thrive. You were never meant to operate from burnout. You were meant to overflow, and that overflow begins now. Don't panic when the blessings start moving fast. Acceleration can feel like chaos when you have lived in stillness. But trust the pace, trust the positioning. God isn't moving you quickly to confuse you. He is moving you swiftly because the window is open. This is your divine access point. The gate is unlocked, the vault is open, and your name is on the scroll. You have graduated from waiting. You have crossed from hoping into harvesting. Your season has matured, and now the release begins. This isn't the time to look back. This is the moment to look ahead, with fire in your eyes and conviction in your soul, because what you are walking into is not just for survival, it is for significance. What you are receiving now isn't just provision, it is power. Power to build, power to transform, power to create space for others to rise. That is what this funding is for. Not to just fill your life with comfort, but to infuse your life with meaning, to make your presence a portal for others, to become a walking confirmation that God still funds dreams, still elevates the humble, still remembers the forgotten. You are no longer forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are right on time, right on track, right on target. And every day forward from here is covered in grace. Your future is so deeply funded that even your missteps will lead you to miracles. That is the level of divine protection you are walking in. That is the level of promise you carry, chosen one. This is your confirmation to move differently, to think boldly, to walk with authority, to speak with clarity. Because you are no longer asking for permission, you are accepting your position. God didn't fund you so you could play small. He funded you because you are meant to shift systems, to break patterns, to spark reformation. You are not just being funded, you are being established. There is a reason you have been feeling an inner stirring, a sense that something massive is just beyond your reach. That is not anxiety. It is prophetic pressure. It is the future knocking on your spirit, asking you to open the door. The reason the old version of you doesn't fit anymore is because it was never designed for the level you are entering. And now, that level is here. Step in with no hesitation, with no doubt. God's signature is on this moment. His fingerprints are on every detail. His angels are assigned to every step. and his funding has already cleared. You don't need to check your balance. You are already covered. You don't need to ask for confirmation. This message is your proof. This is the moment where your life bends upward, where your timeline expands, where your vision finally meets the provision. And all of it, every last bit, is because God decided it was time. Your future has been preserved, protected, and now it is being funded. There is a reason you were misunderstood. A reason they couldn't recognize your value. A reason you were left out, counted out, and spoken against. It is because the kind of assignment you carry doesn't come with loud announcements. It comes hidden in storms, and while others were chasing applause, you were being refined in silence. What they missed, God recorded. What they rejected, heaven preserved. And now, the vault of everything you have ever needed is opening. Because your future is too important to remain unfunded. There is a spiritual infrastructure supporting you now, unseen, but undeniable. You are not just walking forward, you are being carried by divine design. That is why some doors are opening without effort. That is why clarity is returning. That is why peace is growing inside of you like a flame. The fight isn't over, but your position in the fight has changed. You are not struggling for approval. You have already been approved, not by systems, but by the sovereign. That changes everything. You have been entrusted with something rare, the ability to keep walking when there was no path. That is not weakness. That is leadership. That is what God funds. He funds the brave, the faithful, the ones who carry weight they cannot explain, but never drop it. That funding isn't coming because you shouted the loudest. It is coming because you stood the longest, and now the honor is arriving. It will not feel like magic. It will not always come wrapped in flashing signs. Sometimes divine funding looks like calm, like inner stillness, like waking up with an idea that solves a problem you have battled for years, like meeting someone who has exactly what you have been missing, like realizing the door you kept knocking on was never yours, and seeing the one behind you already open. This level of provision comes with a shift in awareness. You will begin to see differently, think differently, move in ways that no longer beg for validation. Because when God funds something, He doesn't ask for permission, He moves. And when He moves, nothing can block it. No lie can undo it. No failure can reverse it. Pay attention to the patterns emerging in your life right now. The synchronicities aren't accidents. The repeated numbers, the unexpected messages, the people who suddenly remember you. These are confirmation codes, divine signals that the system is activating. When you see them, acknowledge them. Say thank you. That simple act of gratitude accelerates the manifestation. And understand this: the funding doesn't always arrive the way you planned. Sometimes God will close what you thought was the main door because He is opening a gate. Sometimes He will remove what you held tightly because your hands need to be free to receive something greater. Trust the removal as much as the arrival. Your ancestors prayed for this moment. Generations before you planted seeds they never saw harvest. And now you are standing in the field they cultivated through faith. Their prayers are being answered in your life. This isn't just your breakthrough, this is generational release. That is why the blessing feels bigger than you, because it is. It carries the weight of promises that were delayed, but never denied. Right now, there are people assigned to your destiny that you haven't met yet. They are being guided toward you. Investors, mentors, partners, friends who will say yes before you even ask. They are already on their way. Your job isn't to chase them. Your job is to prepare for their arrival. Clean your house, organize your vision, clarify your message, When they arrive, you need to be ready. And while you are preparing, don't despise the quiet. Don't mistake stillness for stagnation. Some of the most powerful work happens in silence. Seeds don't scream while they are breaking through soil. They just grow. And right now, you are growing in ways the world cannot see yet. But soon, they will see the fruit. You have entered into that promise. There will be days where the blessing will feel almost surreal. You will question, is this really happening? And the answer will be yes. Not because you manipulated the outcome, but because heaven remembered your name, the version of you that cried alone, the one who sowed in silence, the one who smiled through heartbreak. That version is being honored now, not with a handout, but with a harvest. Here is what you need to know about this harvest. It will not require the same level of strain that the struggle did. Divine funding flows, it doesn't force. You will find yourself moving with an ease that confuses people who watched you fight before. That ease isn't laziness, that is alignment. When you are in your divine assignment, the universe conspires to support you. But alignment requires one thing from you: obedience. When the inner voice says move, move immediately. When it says wait, be still. When it says speak, open your mouth. When it says release, let go. Divine funding comes with divine direction. You cannot operate on your old instincts anymore. Those instincts were built for survival. Where you are going now requires surrender. Surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means trusting the process even when you cannot see the outcome. It means taking the step before the staircase appears. It means speaking the vision even when your bank account contradicts it. That kind of faith is what moves mountains. And right now, mountains are moving on your behalf. You will know the funding is here when certain burdens suddenly lift. When relationships that drained you naturally fall away. When confusion clears and you see your path with stunning clarity. When the noise in your mind quiets and you hear your own voice again. These are signs that the spiritual transaction is complete. Heaven has transferred the resources. Now they are manifesting in the physical. And as they manifest, remember this stewardship: what God funds, He also watches. He is not just giving you resources, He is entrusting you with influence. With influence comes responsibility. You are being funded to fund others. You are being blessed to be a blessing. The wealth isn't yours to hoard. It is yours to circulate. When the money comes, tithe it. When the ideas come, share them. When the doors open, hold them open for someone behind you. That is how divine economy works. It is circular, not linear. What you release returns to you multiplied, and the more you release, the more you receive. That is not just spiritual theory, that is universal law. This isn't about proving anything to the world. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why favor found you. The truth is, God funds purpose, and your purpose carries a divine urgency. Now some of you reading this are still battling the voice that says you are not worthy. That voice is a liar. Worthiness isn't something you earn. It is something you are. You were born worthy, born chosen, born funded. The struggle didn't create your value, it revealed it. Every time you got back up, you proved that something divine lives in you, something that refuses to quit. That is what God is backing now. And for those who feel behind, who look at others and think they missed their window, hear this: your timing is perfect. What looks like delay is often divine protection. God held back certain blessings because you weren't ready to carry them, but you are ready now. The delay wasn't denial, it was development. And now that you have developed, the release is here. That is why time is moving faster. That is why opportunities are multiplying. That is why what once felt impossible now feels inevitable. Let me give you something practical to do right now. Take a moment and write down 3 things you have been afraid to ask for. 3 things that feel too big, too bold, too impossible. Write them down. Because those 3 things, they are not random desires. They are divine downloads. God planted those desires in you because He plans to fulfill them. Your job is to name them, to claim them, to stop hiding what you really want behind false humility. False humility says, "Who am I to want that?" True humility says, "Who am I to deny what God placed in me?" There is a difference, and it is time you learned it. Over the next 7 days, watch for these specific signs: unexpected money appearing from forgotten sources, someone from your past reaching out with an opportunity, a dream that gives you clear direction, a conversation that shifts your entire perspective, or a sudden knowing that it is time to move on something you have been delaying. These aren't coincidences. These are confirmations. And when you see them, act. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until everyone agrees. Move when the Spirit says move. Because divine funding has an expiration date on hesitation. The window is open now, but windows don't stay open forever. This is your moment to step into your full inheritance. Not next year, not when things calm down, not when you have it all figured out now. Messy, uncertain, imperfect now, because perfection isn't the requirement. Faith is, and you have enough faith to take the next step. That is all God needs from you. He will handle the rest. If you have made it this far, comment below with your most powerful declaration of faith. Type Amen 99 and watch what shifts in your life over the next 7 days. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss the messages meant specifically for you. Your future self is thanking you right now for staying until the end. And before you go, close your eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. Feel the fear releasing from your chest. Feel the doubt dissolving from your mind. In its place, feel certainty rising. Feel power returning. Feel peace settling. You are funded. You are chosen. You are covered. Now open your eyes and walk into your day like you know it, because you do. The old you would have doubted, would have questioned, would have waited for external proof. But the new you, the funded you already know, and that knowing changes everything. Remember, chosen one, you are funded, you are backed, you are covered. Not because of what you have done, but because of who you are. Walk forward with that knowing. Your breakthrough isn't coming. It is already here. The evidence will follow your faith, not the other way around. Go now, move with confidence, speak with authority, dream without limits. Your future has been saved, your destiny has been funded, and your time has finally come.